There you are.
Welcome to Monday night, everybody. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Chili.
Still the Davises.
Still the Davises. Welcome
So,
to our kitchen again.
yes, we're
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, back inside.
Back inside. It's much easier inside. Everything's kind of set up like we want it to be. Welcome to Rooted in Foods, and this week we are virtually headed to
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yep.
Appalachian.
Yep.
Area.
Moonshine.
I like moonshine.
Me too.
I like apple cinnamon moonshine a lot.
Yeah.
We found that out once upon a time, many moons ago. So, West Virginia, a lot of things in West Virginia, food-wise, that we had to choose from. So we picked a bit of a hodgepodge, to be honest. Golden Delicious apple. Sorry, I had like a total brain freeze right there.
Yeah, you did.
Is one of the more popular apples there, and black walnuts. So we're going to make a.
I don't have it. I promise.
I think you don't. Oh, you don't have it.
I don't have it.
We're going to make a salted
Somebody thought I was
caramel,
gonna be doing something bad.
salted caramel apple crisp. And some cute little cast iron pans that I'll tell you about when we get there. And no cinnamon. I have an uncle who can't do the cinnamon, so
We're cinnamon
doing
less than this one.
we're doing an apple crisp that's cinnamon and then less. And pepperoni rolls, which have a history in West Virginia that if you're not from the area or don't know the history, might seem unusual because they're
I thought it was a little unusual, but
very much Italian.
Yeah.
But before we get started with food, well, let's get started with a drink.
All right. So what we're going to make is a bee sting. It's made famous by the Hatfield McCoy. We don't have any Hatfield McCoy moonshine, but we do have some Old Glory moonshine. So we've got Old Glory, smooth. This is smooth moonshine. It's been downproofed a little bit, but that's okay. We'll still roll with it. And we're going to add. I'm going to need ice here in just a little bit. All right.
Okay.
So,
I just make sure
yet.
everything was working because StreamYard changed things on us.
So we've got 1 tablespoon of pure natural honey.
I could have totally given you a trick if you spray your tablespoons with cooking spray, honey will slide right out of them.
Well,
Well, I wasn't thinking. Well, see, but I eyeball it. I wouldn't even have measured that.
I measure.
That's why you're good at the Sir Mix-a-Lotology.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Then,
because you actually measure.
Yeah, I try to.
I do things like apple crisp, so I don't have to measure.
All right. So then to add to that, we're going to add 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice.
I'm reading comments. Hey, Aunt Deb. Oh, Looney's on.
Hey, what's up, Looney? The stuff you learn on here. Hey, we try, Looney. We try. So then we're going to add 1/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. And if you've got these, fruits, use the real fruits. But if you don't, don't.
Well, and that's why I buy the brand that I buy.
We buy close enough. It says real lemon on it. It says real lime on it. So then we want to stir this up because we want to melt. We want to kind of
incorporate that honey
into all this stuff.
And the acid will actually do that, just like heat would do that. Yeah.
So we're going to stir this up a little bit. Get it all mixed up nice. Well, he's welcome. We don't always think of him. Sometimes we think of him after we've made it and go, oh, this is not an Uncle Dan cocktail, or this is not an Uncle Dan dish. But
it's apple season around here.
Yeah.
And almost everything you get with apple has a load of cinnamon in it, and it really just doesn't have to.
No. So we're still mixing this up a little bit. This cocktail does take a minute or two to.
Right. Well, the honey is. I mean, if you wanted a shortcut, you could melt the honey a little bit, but.
Microwave it.
Yeah. but it's okay. We got nothing but a little bit of time.
We got time. And you guys are captive audience. We're paying you to be here, so it's costing you everything, and so we've got that. I'll have to put that over there, and to that.
Hold that up so I can send it to Old Glory when I.
There you go.
Okay.
We're going to use 1.5 ounces
Tag them on Facebook after a while.
of moonshine. And then.
I'm like in your light. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are. I need my ice now.
Okay, coming in. Just make me the ice queen.
Yeah.
There you go.
And because one of us likes sweet tea and one of us doesn't like sweet tea,
Yours is getting
mine
simple
is
syrup.
getting 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. There we go.
Beautimus.
Add some tea. Fresh brewed just a few hours ago.
Would you put that Old Glory back behind it? Sorry, I only get one shot at the cocktail photos.
That's right. Because it seems that, the more cocktails we concoct, the blurrier her vision gets for some reason.
Yeah, a little, maybe the
So that
truth.
it's a little out of focus at the end of the evening. So we try to get these pictures done as soon as we can. There we go.
Have at it. Oh, this one's mine.
Yeah.
No sugar. Okay.
The one closest to you is yours. I made it that way on purpose.
Thank you.
And the one furthest from you is mine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's good.
You know what? That really is good.
Mm-hmm. So we did do a cheater a little bit.
Well, and
we have
just makes
spiced
it better.
lemonade moonshine. So
well, we like Old Glory because they do some unique flavors.
Unique stuff. So that is good.
That is very good. You know what else would be good in this? On a cold night like Halloween, sitting outside, apple cider.
Yeah. But that's okay. We're making moonshine.
This is good, folks.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to get weak sauce moonshine, there you go. But that's what we had. We didn't run to the store and get foolproof moonshine.
Foolproof moonshine, as much as I appreciate it, it hits hard. Let me tell you.
It's dangerous. But that's okay. And if you want to garnish it for prettiness sake, throw a lemon wedge in it, a couple pieces of mint. You'll be good to go.
We're not worried about it.
Because we're drinking it. We're not making it to look pretty.
For me to worry about that.
Frou. We're drinking this stuff.
Okay. So here's the deal with the apple crisp. I shortcut my apple crisp when I make it because I am not a patient person.
Yeah.
So it's I've actually already cooked the apples.
Mm-hmm. There they are.
Maneuver some things here.
I can see.
So back here I have 5 Golden Delicious apples. Skin still on. I don't even do that much because
the skin's a little flavor.
Right?
Makes it crisper.
It's also where all of the nutrients are, by the way.
Yeah.
So I have to throw that out there. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So in this 5 apples, I just cut around the core and chop. I don't do anything fancy here. Salt, probably maybe a tablespoon plus a little bit of lemon juice. You need the acid in there. A little bit more salt than normal because I'm doing salted caramel. I have some butter to give it that brown butter flavor.
Yeah.
And I cheat and I use ice cream caramel sauce and salted caramel coffee syrup.
She used this.
And I do the same thing when I make salted caramel applesauce. Total cheat with that one.
Yeah.
I don't make my own caramel. I can buy that stuff at the store. So that cooked down and they're good and mushy. So when
Oh.
all this goes into the oven, it doesn't take the 45 or 50 minutes. It takes the 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so we're going
It
to...
smelled delicious.
it does.
Cooking.
So we're going to make the crisp topping. Chili Davis, if you want to move them back over.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you. So in this bowl, I have 1/2 cup of flour. And you can do more or less depending on how much of the crisp that you're making.
You're making more crisps? This will make 3 crisps.
This is going to make 3 individual. This will not make a great big, like 13 by 9 pan. So if you're doing that, you'll have to increase. A lot of recipes do equal parts flour and oats. I don't. I do a little bit more oatmeal than I do flour. These are regular old-fashioned oats. I don't like mushy, quick oats, so I use the regular rolled oats.
You're right, Debbie. Those little pans are Pampered Chef pans.
They are Pampered Chef. I'll get there. To this, we're going to add about 1/2 cup of brown sugar.
That sounds good.
And with a little light brown sugar because I have
Have a mix.
currently have both in there.
That's still brown.
Some salt and a little extra because I have the salt.
You called her
caramel.
name, so she's wanting to come in.
Normally, I would probably, if I were doing the whole cinnamon deal, I'd use maybe 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to up that just a little bit to give it a little bit extra flavor. If you want to make this part easy, melt the butter. I'm not overly concerned about it because this is spreadable anyway. And we're going to put roughly 1/4 cup in here. I'm going to need more butter. Almost out.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm using a pastry cutter. And we just want to cut all this together so that butter gets mixed in. And everything's kind of like sandy. That's a little bit what you're wanting to go for with texture. Now, because black walnuts are very much a West Virginia food item, we're going to add black walnuts to the top of this after we get everything put together. And if you don't have to have this perfect, I've still got some like loose bits here because at the end of the cooking process, it's not going to matter. All right, so let me get something to... Ooh, hello. Get that. I have a... Thank you. I'd fix it eventually.
I'll fix it.
Okay. All right. Into the water. Now we're going to shift gears. Anytime I do individual anything, whether it's desserts or pot pies, whatever, I always put them on a sheet pan. It's easier to get them in and out of the oven that way. Our oven is preheated to 350. These are cast iron from Pampered Chef. I cannot for the life of me remember how much they hold. A couple cups at the most, but they are perfect for individual desserts, individual pot pies. I've put these on the grill, the smoker, the oven. They're
cast iron.
Well, they are, but they are very, they're very good quality, and they come that way. They come very well seasoned, and you don't really have to do a lot to them. I've used these a ton of different ways and not had to do much other than clean and make sure they're in good shape.
This?
Yes. So I just sprayed a little bit at the bottom. Thank you.
That.
Actually, don't need that right now. Chili's going to help. And we're just going to get a big spoon. Oh, actually, no, we're not going to pour. We're going to stop. Let me have it, please. Thank you. If we pour, we'll end up with
I wasn't pouring.
too much in one and not enough in the next.
I wasn't pouring.
So 5 apples for this is perfect for 3 people. We'll give a really good, probably more than we need, to be honest with you, but in each one. And because this is already cooked, it's not going to take a long time in the oven at all. Thank you. All right. I lost my scoop. All right, to the top of this, we're going to split our topping in about 3. You can use your hands to do this if you want to. And all that butter is going to melt, and this is going to crisp up. We're going to leave them in a 350-degree oven. 15, I'll check them at about the 15-minute mark. And see how they're doing. And a little bit left. That salted caramel, I can smell that, and it just is incredible. There you go. Thank you. I was actually pretty surprised I was able to find black walnuts at a not killer price. Ooh. Nuts have always been a little on the expensive side in the baking aisle, but and we're just going to add those to the top. You could mix these in with the apples, however you want to do that. If you don't like black walnuts, use pecans.
Candied pecans.
In fact, normally I would use pecans, but you know, West Virginia, so we're using black walnuts. And here's another trick. Thank you.
Canola in my tablespoon.
Here's another canola oil trick. I don't have a trash bowl tonight.
No, you don't.
If you hit the top of this with some baking spray, it'll crisp up even better. And if you had butter flavored baking spray, that's even better. I've got canola oil. Okay, so into a 350 preheated oven. We'll check them at the 15-minute mark. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Woohoo!
Hey, everybody.
I am going to need more baking sheets, which is okay. I'll move out of the way. I was just seeing who was talking and what they were saying. Perfect. Thank you. Oops.
Let go of my fingers.
All right. Now for the fun part.
Man, that's good stuff. It's not me, folks.
So, pepperoni rolls. Not even going to tell you the jokes that we've been flying around the kitchen over that 16-inch piece of pepperoni. Pepperoni rolls are very much, I'm going to hit you over the head with it, very much part of the coal mining heritage in West Virginia, and I suspect in other places there were similar types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
cured meat. It can last.
Yeah. And Italian immigrants in West Virginia, when working the mines, would bake the pepperoni sticks. So not like slices like what we put on pizza, but actual sticks of pepperoni into bread. And that's what they would carry to the mines for lunch because it was portable and it didn't have to You need another one.
You do.
No refrigeration. I mean, it was easy. It's like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mhm.
So you can make this with sliced pepperoni.
Mhm.
Not a problem. You want cheese in yours?
Heck yeah.
Cheese is not a traditional bit to this,
No,
but
we can do one with and one
we're
without.
we're gonna be non-traditional. Let me grab the cheese real
A
fast.
little bit, one with. Okay, fine. Let's go.
So we're gonna use some mozzarella cheese in a few of them. I have enough bread dough to make 20 of these. They're not like great big long strombolis. They're like, oh Jesus, they're 6 inches long. Man, I'm telling you, it's just gonna be one of those nights.
It's not my fault.
I know. So we're gonna open this up and cut it. As soon as I find my knife.
It's over there.
I got it.
Well, I did pour off a lot easier.
I don't know. What's about 6 inches? Come here, Eddie. Let me measure this.
Nah.
All right, I'm going to cut this in 3, and I'm cutting right through the plastic because my knife can.
Means you're doing about 5 1/3.
Now, to be honest with you, the traditional way to do this would be to bake like the entire hunk. We're not going to do that. I'm going to cut this up into smaller pieces. And we might not bake all of them on air. We'll see. I might not have enough pepperoni, honestly, to do that. In which case, we'll have some nice bread rolls. Ooh, you might have to cut this.
Okay, give me a second.
You can certainly use.
You have a regular size knife, full size knife? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You got quartered?
Yeah, or maybe help me cut it. Grab another cutting board because this is going to take a bit. But I didn't want to do it ahead of time because I didn't want it to get all yucky.
Any cutting board work?
Yeah, that red one's fine. So I'm kind of cutting this into small sticks about like this. And we'll put 2 or 3 in each of the. Here, you want a
Yeah, I need a
piece? You might want a bigger
piece.
knife than that.
Yep.
2 or 3 in each of the rolls, and we'll see how far we get. I probably do not have enough pepperoni. Now, clearly, if you don't want to go to all this trouble, buy sliced pepperoni, it's fine. But I wanted to stick to something that was pretty close to traditional. And again, these are not like strombolis that are just like piled in with sauce and all sorts of stuff. This is bread and pepperoni, and we're going to use cheese because we like cheese.
Well, we don't have to put cheese on all of them.
No, and I might not put cheese in mine because, I'll get this last one cut, and then I'm going to start rolling these while you're cutting that one. And then we'll save this other piece of pepperoni because I'm going to need some for the salad. So because we don't want to just eat pepperoni rolls for dinner, I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but
Speak for yourself.
right, I'm going to make a salad. While these are baking, I'm going to make a salad. That's really what that was about. Move some things around here. Alrighty. All right. So I
You
have.
just cut them in half, then started.
Yeah, that's fine. I made bread dough yesterday and let it rise. And the bread dough recipe will go out with the pepperoni roll recipe. So I won't go through all of that, but it's kind of a standard sweet bread dough. Cut it into 20, I actually have 21 balls that I shaped, and then I let those sit again to rise.
Balls, huh? You got this.
I've got sticks and balls, baby.
Sticks and balls. Don't know what's on your mind lately.
So we're going to roll these out. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I didn't plan the meal.
And there's not a lot to this. If we can get the right length here. And we're going to roll them up
There's a preferred length.
about 6 inches. And these are, I'm going to roll it so that seam. These are probably a little bit smaller than what, if you like got them in the restaurant or something in West Virginia. These are probably a little bit smaller. All right. I'm like really out of room here. I like playing with bread dough. This is like, so I'm trying to snake this out so it's long enough to wrap around that pepperoni stick. We're going to make some little ones here.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
How's that look?
Looks perfect.
Good deal.
Pinch the ends. If you didn't want to make your own bread dough, crescent roll dough, store-bought bread dough. We're going to make a pan of these, and then I'll make the rest of them later. Ooh, that one's a little large. It might not fit.
I don't know. We've lost all our comments. I don't know.
They're watching me play with bread dough.
Yeah, I guess so. Either that or they're got their hands over their ears so that they don't hear all the naughty things that you were talking about.
I don't know what to tell you. These would make really good party appetizers. I hope the dough does what it's supposed to, because if not, we're just going to eat salad for dinner and call it a night. Oops. Let me get some cheese out. So Jeff Davis has some cheese and some. It's not going to take a lot of cheese. To be honest, it might be easier to put cheese on top. Yeah. Cheese might not be the best item when they're this little.
Then don't put cheese in them.
Yeah, I might not. I can sprinkle cheese on top. Melt it.
There you go.
I'm thinking.
Delaney says you said sticks and balls, and she says she died laughing. So
Yeah, well. Hey, Lainey.
we try to appease.
We try to entertain, right?
Yeah, this isn't just a cooking entertainment show or edutainment show.
Sometimes it just is what it is.
That's right.
Oop, that one busted. I'm trying to move, a little quick here. Oh no, that one fell apart. How much is left on my timer?
4 minutes.
Okay.
Hint on the second batch of the bee sting. Grab a different glass because
The honey.
The cold just like almost solidifies the honey.
Oh well, that makes sense. So these are going to bake in a 350 oven. You're not really cooking the pepperoni. All you're looking for is the bread to bake. Pepperoni's already cured. So these take roughly 15 minutes. And while these are baking, we'll get the apple crisp out. I'm going to make a salad.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, didn't quite get enough girth on that one. My mother's probably dying over there.
Yeah. Make sure it's not more than a mouthful.
All right, I'm gonna pop these in. Second timer for 15.
All right.
Apple crisp is looking good.
Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
I'm gonna try something different on these. I'm gonna combine some here.
Hello, Heather.
Hey, Heather. So when you're trying to snake something out, like dough or like cookie dough, bread dough, start in the middle, press down, and as you're rolling back and forth, move your hands out. And if you get something that's a little fatter in the middle, just roll that part out a little bit.
Don't grab it by the base. Do you need any more of those pepperonis?
No, I'm gonna try to make some double ones here and see how that does.
Yes, please. I've got plenty of pepperoni over here.
I know. I just didn't want to be. These will take longer to bake because there's more bread in them, but I didn't want to be here all night rolling pepperoni.
We're not going to be here all night.
Well, it's going pretty quick. Uh-oh. I'm going to double these up and get some bigger ones. Ooh, I can smell thank you. The apple crisp smells delicious. This is like when you need smell-o-vision.
All hours.
I almost lost a piece of meat.
Sugar would have got it.
I think sugar would have got it.
Sugar would have lasted 5 seconds.
It would not have. No. So the reason I'm rolling them afterwards is to try to smooth that seam out a little bit so it doesn't pop in the...
It kind of looked like that Italian place that does breadsticks.
They look a little bit like breadsticks. Will you get just a bowl out of there and whisk that egg up a little bit with a teeny tiny bit of water? So we're going to put an egg wash on these. I forgot to do that on the ones that just went in the oven, but that's okay. Because that will help the... Oop, pull that off.
Oh, there goes your apple crisp timer.
Yeah, and they're probably done, to be honest with you.
All right, let me grab that. Alexa, cancel.
Good. She's going off all over the house. Yeah, I can smell them. They're done. Sorry.
I'm not reaching around. Good job, dog. What do you think?
Maybe just a wee bit longer.
Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, they smell good though. Alexa, set a timer
yeah,
for 5
they
minutes.
do. I'm gonna have some pepperoni for our salad.
We already have some.
I think I'm gonna have enough left over here for salad, though, so I'm getting that. Maybe I can get some cheese on these bigger ones. The cheese is going to be a crapshoot on whether you get it or not. So as you can tell, these are like, snack size.
You said a little bit of water?
Just a teeny tiny, yeah, but like a dinner spoonful, which is why they were so perfect for lunches. And I'm also placing seam side down when they go into the pan. I got enough bread dough for 2 more. Then you don't have to watch me play with my dough and my sticks and my snakes. But you know what? This is.
So what are the timers?
What was I going to say?
I don't know. I'm just trying. Got your egg wash ready.
Okay. So the egg wash or butter wash, melted butter would work too, but the egg will help brown the tops of these, and you'll see the difference. There'll be a difference between the ones I put in without it and the ones that we're getting ready to stick in the oven.
There you go.
Thank you. But like I said, crescent roll dough would work for this. Not totally traditional, but it would be delicious.
It would be good.
All right, there we go. Oh,
Last one.
last one. I'm gonna pitch that because I don't care. I had an odd number.
There you go.
And sadly, that's what happens with the egg wash.
I don't know. It's not what's going to happen to the pepperoni.
Actually, if I thought about it, the dogs could have eaten it. Yes, it's okay for animals to have the raw egg. Leave that right there. All right. As soon as the crisp comes out, those will go in. So any questions? Comments? Smart remarks? We'll put that in a plastic bag for later. All right, I'm going to cut the rest of this up for the salad. Because you don't like most of what's going on the salad, so you're going to need some sort of sustenance on the salad. One of those kind of salads. But other ways that, if you wanted to do the pepperoni rolls at home, other ways you could kind of change things up. There it is. Parmesan garlic on the top, garlic butter on the top. Like because I put cheese in that one. Yeah. A little cheese on the top. That'll get all brown. And a little on the, whoopsie. Probably a little on the charred side, but that's okay because that's yummy that way. What are we on the apple crisp getting there? That's going to be delicious too. We'll let those cool while I'm making the salad, and then we'll bite into it. Okay. The living room. Got the living room.
I was standing right here, 2 feet away from it.
Oh.
Alexa, cancel the 5-minute timer.
It's probably ready to. Yep, those are done. Those are beautimous. Oh man, they busted. I didn't cut the seams enough. Oh well. They're going to be delicious anyway.
Yeah.
Not all of them busted.
Guess what? Set a timer for 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Okay.
There we go, folks. That is the apple crisp.
That is delicious.
Oh, it smells so good. Black walnut.
Again, you could use candied pecans, candied walnuts. I mean, whatever. All right. While the pepperoni rolls are going, I had to think of something to keep us occupied, so we're just not standing around with our pepperoni upper. Waiting.
The 16-inch long pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. I'm never going to look at pepperoni the same, ever. So we're going to make an antipasto or antipasti or antipasto inspired salad.
You have to put like all the olives and stuff in there.
I'm separating things out so
Okay.
you don't have to worry about. I'm looking for my knife again. I'm sorry. Don't have to worry about getting things you don't like.
Okay.
I will happily, however, take a plastic bag to put the end of this lettuce in because I'm not going to use it all.
Change the camera style.
Okay, thank you. So I just have romaine lettuce that we're using and just enough for dinner. We'll keep the rest of it. And nothing fancy. This is a salad that's going to go together pretty quick. Oh, Sugar, you can eat that.
So I think
She'll eat it anyway.
chance of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, you said light brown sugar earlier, and she was like, "Hey, that's me."
Right?
She's calling me.
She's a stinker of a dog.
Hadn't left the room since.
She has not. All right. So again, just enough for dinner. Could probably do a little bit more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use the end of one of my Italian salad dressings because I can, and not everything has to be homemade. Yeah, what the heck. You want a nice balance of salad dressing. I probably overly drowned it, but
That's okay.
I don't much care right now.
One of us likes dressing.
Yeah.
I
So
think you ought to add some mozzarella to that too.
I'm going to.
Okay.
You just wait,
I'm waiting.
my friend. Okay, so lettuce is dressed. There's a reason for the flat bowl. I'll put the bowl down here so you can see it better, mostly. Because we're just going to start adding things to it. And if you have picky eaters in the house, this is going to allow them to pick and choose what they want. So we're going to cut, because I have this nice big beautiful red pepper. Whoop. We're going to cut pepper rings.
Yes. I saw that.
Chef special. We all like red pepper, so I'm going to set it over here. I'm going to put Chili's pepperoni over here.
This piece right here is too small.
Too small? Okay. Well, cut some up. You can cut some up. I'm busy putting other things on here. This is like the dance. Over here on this side, we're going to put some olives that Jeff loves.
Hates.
Loves.
Hates. Oh man, that's so much easier to do with this knife.
Better knife.
Oh yeah.
We are using mozzarella, but I'm using mozzarella balls. More balls. You can buy these in the grocery store. They're just little mozzarella balls. And I'm going to put a handful right in the middle so it separates the things that I like from the things that Jeff doesn't like, or something like that. What are they seeing right now? Okay, making sure they weren't just like watching the side view here. So the reason to separate everything, again, when you've got picky eaters, it makes life just a little bit easier. No, we don't like some of the stuff either. I've lost my...
Now I'll bet I'm a picky eater. It's not just me. Don't just throw me under the bus on me.
I have some marinated mushrooms. Also not
Man, I did that without...
a favorite. Hey, don't just like throw it. Put it over here in the pepperoni pile.
Uh-oh. Guess what?
One of them's done.
Yeah.
Let's like hope they came out enough I can at least take their picture. These are so good.
Alexa.
I'll buy them locally. Marinated mushrooms, one of my favorites. All right, let's take a look here. Bottom ones. I would say a little bit longer. We lost a couple, but that's okay. Last but not least, some artichokes. Artichoke hearts, rather, marinated. And build this however you want to. Phoebe and I love all this stuff. Jeff does not, so he likes this stuff.
Alexa, add 2 minutes to the time.
Now we're going to add some sweet cherry peppers right in the middle. So we've got a little color, flag color going on over here. This is a big pepper. Maybe you love this one. I'm taking this, taking the stems off. Here's a little green one. I'll stick one more on here. The red ones are humongous. All right. So a little red, little green, little white. Not planned that way, oddly enough. If I had some cherry tomatoes, I'd throw those on, but I do not. All right, so there's our salad. Now, I have a mess to clean up. Ooh, still hot.
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, here, let me get this one done. It's too dirty. I really want to put the crisps on it without the pan. Because we're going to dive into one of those here in a minute. Carefully. Now you can just set the other pan on that one. So you can see we've got apple crisp. We're going to bite into one of these in a minute. A little bit of salad. Oh, we lost a couple.
Lost 3.
Oh, well. So we got a couple in there.
There we go.
Yeah, see, I didn't have my seams. This is what happens if you don't have your seams. But you know what? They'll eat.
They will.
We're going to let those cool. Then we might bite into the one that swelled up. Now, what I will say is sliced pepperoni would be a better situation there for sure. Ooh.
Slim Jims size pepperoni.
Slip, yeah. And in fact, if you could find those at the grocery store, there are some pepperoni Slim Jims. Here, you want to bite?
Not yet. It's too hot.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, no. Cast iron is going to stay hot for a while. It doesn't mean you can't bite into it.
Okay. Oh, I can't see that.
I know.
They can see that now. They can't see us chomping away on it.
That's okay. Oh my gosh. You guys are so good. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's like yummy. It is still a little warm, but wow.
It's a tad bit warm. What cold moonshine's for.
Mm-hmm. Goodness.
Did we lose all of you?
Maybe.
Well, we went back to PG.
Yeah, right.
What the heck?
I'm gonna get one of the ones that's broken and cut it up.
Okay. Another 6 minutes.
Not everything works as planned all the time. Ooh. Uh-oh, see, right there. Just not working like I want it to. I'm more interested in how the bread turned out, to be honest with you. But that's hot, so we're gonna let it sit. Oh, you can turn them back onto us.
Here we go.
While I'm taking a drink. Oh, lemon juice.
Lime juice.
Yeah, that too. Thank you. Trying to cool them off. The bread's good. Pepperoni's good too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Not 4 minutes.
these guys are turning out much better. All right, so we have 4 minutes. What do you want to talk about? Because in 4 minutes, we might lose them all.
I want to talk about how good this stuff is.
That would have been better with the egg wash on it, but it's all good. Okay. So this is a winner.
Oh, yeah. This is like a perfect like lunch thing. Although
It is.
you have to like make it like the night before.
If I were to do it differently, I'd slice the pepperoni a little bit differently or use the Slim Jim pepperoni sticks that won't curl up on you because they're too dense to curl up. So, well, I wasn't too worried about the casing, but yeah. Or the sliced pepperoni. And I think I would probably make them a little bit bigger. I was following a recipe from an old newspaper that had like the traditional kind of 4 to 6 inches. Yeah. So a little bit bigger.
More girthy.
Yeah. I mean, we're bigger humans these days than humans were 100 years ago. So, and the recipe was from the 40s. I love you, but oh my. So I might remake the recipe just a teeny bit. But, so goes it. How many minutes we have? 3? Goodness.
Just relax. Get you another pepperoni stick here.
It's, well,
we got a couple of them.
We got a couple that bombed.
Yeah, well, they bombed. They just broke.
They broke.
They escaped the bounds of the captivity. Shame on them. So
right,
we're going to punish them by eating them.
Whoopsie.
Live.
Sorry. Yeah, pretty much.
So
they really are. I mean,
they're delicious no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm happy.
Well, really good.
It's a heck of a snack. And just make sure your seams are tight enough that they don't go poof in the oven. They didn't all do that. They are a little oddly shaped, though. I'll have to admit.
Well, everyone's different.
No,
they're not all beautifully shaped.
I'm kind of used to stromboli, but these are like breadstick. I do the whole Parmesan on top and that kind of thing, and maybe dunk them in some marinara sauce.
Just like they are. Just like that. Maybe use some cheese.
Well, I put cheese on a couple of them that are in right now. Imagine. Yeah. Apple crisp is one of Aunt Deb's favorites. This is really good. It's probably still too hot, but makes for the perfect individual. And what were they in 20 minutes?
What? No?
Mm-hmm. So the apples took less than 10 minutes to cook down. 20 minutes. So I've cut the time not quite in half by doing it this way. Now, if you've got the hour to put apple crisp in the oven, be my guest. And on a weeknight, if you want something for dessert, this is much easier to do.
Quicker. Simpler.
And they'll keep just like this. Let them cool down. Wrap them with some saran wrap. She did not. And just let them sit on the counter overnight. They'll be fine. We're waiting for the timer to wind down.
Oh, you guys can't see it, but there's a dog right here
in front of the oven.
from the oven.
She's always underfoot.
Always.
Move, Shug. Go on. Psst. Come on. You stay back here.
Alexa, cancel timer.
Yeah, those are a little bit. Yep, those are perfect. If you wanted them a little bit more golden brown, you could. These two have cheese melted in them. You can kind of see what it did there. But yeah, those are perfect. So we're going to let those cool down before we eat those.
All of them, anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we'll eat 1 or 2 a piece tonight with all the rest of this stuff, maybe. You might. I won't. And they'll hold perfectly for, I mean, that was the whole idea. They hold. Don't have to put them in the refrigerator. They're fine. Just cover them up so they're, out of the elements and away from the 4-legged fur babies. So yeah, we're done. That's it. So, apple crisp, no cinnamon.
58 minutes too.
It's I mean, we had a little idle time waiting on the oven, but
Not too many though.
no,
We had,
we didn't quite get us back. There we go.
there you go.
Something a little fun and unique, and
58 minutes. Some cocktails.
learned a couple lessons on.
Yeah, we're making more cocktails, by the way.
Okay, we're making more cocktails, by the way, after this.
Yep.
So yeah, I like trying new things,
Mhm.
and if they don't work, they don't work. Just
Yeah.
try them different next time.
Learn from your mistakes, even if they're delicious.
Well, I mean, clearly, I'm eating the busted ones. They're fine.
They are fine.
Where are we going next week?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to look. Let me get the old scheduler out.
So, just as a reminder, show recaps go out on Tuesday at some point. Although I will say this week it might be more like Wednesday because I've got a packed day tomorrow and tomorrow night. Recipes go out to paid subscribers on. Are we done in the oven? Yeah.
I'm not sucker off.
On Thursday, and then our monthly newsletter hit this morning, so it had all sorts of fun stories and tips and tricks in it. And we've got some other things coming as we get closer to the holidays. So
So we're going back out west.
Washington?
No,
No.
glitz and glamour.
Glitz and
Right,
glamour.
that's-
Oh, Vegas?
Well, the state.
Nevada, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nevada. There won't be any strippers on next Monday.
99-cent shrimp cocktail, you want?
All you can eat buffet,
No.
$8.
No. We're going to have to. Oh, it'd be Vegas inspired some way, somehow, I assure you.
Well,
We're just, yeah. Been there a few times too.
so, guys, have a wonderful
Cheers to
evening.
that.
Have a great week.
Thanks for
Hopefully-
hanging out with us.
We'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.